What's up, guys? It's Chelsea, aka Mudstar, and I am turning this game down first. Like, damn. Because we're talking about RWBY while I'm playing RWBY. Isn't that wonderful? I'm in a party, so I can't use game chat. But whatever, Horde, just because it's probably better. But we're talking RWBY Volume 6. Because I am in love with RWBY. If you did not know that, then now you do. And I'll be Blake. Play. I gotta remember the controls. Okay, I got it. So, first off, I guess we'll just discuss. Yo, bitch, don't do that. I might get distracted a little bit. But first off, I guess I should talk about the Adam trailer since that was first. I thought it was okay. I mean, I don't think it was the best trailer we've ever seen that we've gotten from RWBY. Character short, I guess. I don't know what the best one is. Weiss's was pretty great for Volume 5. Yang's was pretty great. Adam's was pretty good. His was definitely the longest. I'm pretty sure it was longer than Blake's. I'm pretty sure it was longer than Blake's by like a minute and a half. But I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I should give a rundown just cause what's the point? If you're watching this, you've probably already seen it.
All security nodes went untouched that round. Quite impressive.
Damn right impressive, even though there's only 2 of us. But yeah, I think the Adam trailer was decent. It wasn't the best we've ever seen. It was definitely the most character driven because most of the character shorts we've seen focuses on the combat, but Adam's had a lot more character in it. Even though there was a lot of combat, it basically showed Adam's descent into the darkness, I guess, and it had a scene with him talking to Blake, which gross. And it showed how manipulative he was and how much of a piece of shit he is, basically. But it showed in, like, I guess flashbacks that he's definitely planning to get what he deserves, which he's going to get a kick in the ass, is what he does deserve. And I completely missed that attack. I don't really have a lot of thoughts about the Adam trailer. Besides, well, I think the reason is because when the Adam trailer came out, I was super excited. But now, since Volume 6 is out, I just don't even care anymore. Because the volume, oh my god, the Volume 6, the first episode, I have first, so I was able to see it early. Before it comes out. I think, which is tomorrow, at the time of this stream. That episode was probably one of my favorites. It's definitely the best opening, besides the Volume 2 opening with the fight, the food fight. That was pretty fucking amazing. Crap, I'm gonna die. Don't touch me. If I die, I'm gonna switch to Yang. But the volume 6, I guess. Oh, never mind. There's already a Yang. I don't know if I should talk about the trailer. I guess I'll talk about the trailer because there's still stuff that we haven't seen. For example, we haven't seen the Salem scenes because that was not in the first episode. This contains spoilers, by the way, so yeah, it does contain spoilers. I don't have enough for any of these guns. Oh well.
Station 2 is taking damage.
I'm currently dealing with Station 2 right now.
Station 3 is being overrun.
Shit. I'm too low of level to be doing this shit. But whatever.
A teammate has fallen.
Uh-oh. Weiss is down. I should probably go over there. But, yeah, I guess I'll talk about the trailer. The Salem scenes weren't in there, but I think it's gonna be in the second episode because we haven't seen any of the villains. Besides, one, which was kind of seeing, I guess. But we'll talk about that in a few minutes. What else haven't we seen in the trailer? We haven't seen Ozpin screaming, which I am 100% sure that's going to be in the second episode. We have not seen, the floating man, the hooded woman. We haven't seen the blonde. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm thinking about the opening. But still, haven't seen those guys. Oh, fuck! I did not plan to take the blunt of that entire attack. Shit! Shit! Save Blake Bella Booty! Oh my god. Ah, shit. But yeah, we haven't seen any of the villains. I think the Oscar screaming scene is definitely next. In next episode, because they're right there right now. They're with the old lady. We're finally gonna find out who the fuck this old lady is, which is gonna be wonderful. I'm all for that.
Station 2 is taking damage.
Station 2 needs to chill the fuck out.
Station 3 is being overrun.
No fucking shit. What else haven't we seen from the trailer? Because the trailer mostly showed stuff from episode 1, and I'm gonna talk about it. I think that's it. Oh, the purple people, the purple mafia gang that was in there. We haven't seen them yet. But I guess that also counts with the floating lady. I mean, woman and the hooded lady. Yeah. Not the floating lady, I was confused.
They've taken out a turret near Station 2. Station 2 is taking damage.
I think that's okay. I guess we'll just... The trailer was okay. It was the same as the Volume 5 trailer. Nobody really theorized about it. Mostly because the trailer came in pretty late. Like 2 weeks, I think, before it came out. And there wasn't anything we really cared about. Besides, I suppose, the fact that everyone is together, woohoo! And that's wonderful. Which it is wonderful. And I'm excited. And I need to get this. We know, we're working on it, bitch. What else am I... Okay, we'll talk about episode 1 now. Episode, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to stop talking about episode 1. Episode 1 was so good. It was so good. It was, oh my god. We start off immediately on the fight scene that we see on the train, but then we get like a flashback. It's really fucking weird how they do this. But I guess it works out well. But anyway, we see Team RWBY and Juniper, they're all fighting on the highways. They're all fighting on the train. They're all doing their good shit. And it's all wonderful.
Station 5 is facing opposition.
They're fighting, they're kicking ass. Ozpin's also there and Oscar's also there. But I think they're both of them are getting their asses kicked. There's a little lag over here, but that's okay. I have notes on the first episode, if I can just find them. Because I know I made a post about it on Tumblr. I really need to link my Tumblr. I'll find it in a second, hang on. Yep, I found it.
Station 4 needs your help.
Okay, so yeah, it does start off on the train. We almost immediately have banter between everyone in Team RWBY. Kind of, except for Blake doesn't really say anything bantery back. But we have Ruby is about to get, knocked in the head or something by a Grim, but Weiss saves her, and she's like, "Thank me later." She's like, "Thank me later," and then Weiss trips or she gets knocked by a Grim, and she's about to fucking fall off the train, and Ruby saves her, and she's like, "Thank me later." And I think after that or before that we have Blake and Yang. This episode is amazing for both of their characters. But we have Blake and Yang and they're fighting. They're back in the swing of things. And they're fighting very well. They beat a Grim. And then Yang's like, "I'm glad to see you're not rusty," to Blake. And Blake's just like, huh. Like, Yang's just kind of like flirting with her, and Blake's, amused by it, which I think is cute. After that quick little scene, after part of the train scene, we go back, to the train station.
They've brought down a turret near Station 5.
Ah, shit.
Station 5 is facing opposition.
We flash back to when they're all on the train station. Team Ranger and Team RWBY and Crow and Oscar. And it's all well and good. They're having a good time. But we have Crow narrating part of the scene where he's talking, and he's writing a letter to Ironwood, James Ironwood, headmaster at Beacon, military person. We all know who Iron Daddy is. He basically lies about some of it because he's detailing the attack on Haven, but he's clearly telling lies, probably because nobody knows about the relic in Salem, and they don't want that information to get out. But the one thing he doesn't mention at all is that they're bringing Oscar. That they're bringing another person. He just mentions that they're bringing something, which is probably, he's talking about the relic, but he doesn't even mention Oscar. Like, "Oh, hey, by the way, we're bringing like one extra person. We got my team and one extra person." And then, yeah, at the end, we'll see you later, Ozpin, Ironwood.
That's how it's done, team.
Woohoo.
Out.
Uh, good thing I have my notes because I'd be forgetting where I was at. So after we have the notes, we go to a scene with um Ruby, Weiss, Yang, Nora, Jean, and Oscar, and Ren, and they're like having a nice little chat. And they're like, "Oh, we can't wait to go to Atlas." And Weiss is upset. She's like, "I don't think you guys appreciate the trouble I went to get out of Atlas." I had to take some water. And they're like, "Oh, don't worry, Weiss. We may be going back. We'll still be with you. We'll still be with you. And it's gonna be wonderful." And she's like, "Oh, whatever." And there's these two bodyguards. They're talking about the train. And there's two bodyguards go up and they're like, "Yo, ladies, if you guys don't even worry about getting attacked, because us handsome huntsman people are gonna do it. We'll protect you on the train." And he winks at, I'm pretty sure, Yang, because Yang is the only one who looks, adult, like an adult. But all the girls, Yang, Ruby, and Nora and Weiss, are just not having it. And then Crow walks up and he's like, "Yo, you guys are talking to a professional hunter, and you bitches left open your stupid caboose car or whatever." Which is very important. We'll talk about that later. But they're like, "Oh shit, we better go." And then we cut to a scene between Ilya and Blake, and they're saying goodbye. And Ilya's just like, "Oh, I'm so glad you and your parents set me free. The White Fang was total garbage, and I'm sorry for what I did." And Blake's like, "Oh, it's okay. I forgive you. You stay with my dad and you have fun bringing the White Fang back to, peaceful people." And then Sun comes up and he's like, "Yo, Blake, I'm I'm gonna go be a great team leader, so I'm gonna leave you, but I had a lot of fun, and I would totally, you haven't seen the last of me, and I had a lot of fun adventuring with you and helping you through, your fucking issues, even though you never really wanted me to, but that's okay. And you're with who you're supposed to be now. You're with your team." And so he and Neptune, because Neptune's there, and he's just like, "Yo, is that Ilya chick?" And he goes to hit on her, and then both Blake and Sun, they're just like, "Wait till he finds out. He'll figure it out that, Ilya's gay." But yeah, then they all leave, and they all aboard the train. Is that? Yeah, okay. After that, we cut to a scene back in Mistral, where there's a bunch of dead White Fang members, and there's Adam's voice, and they're like, we're gonna blow us the fuck up back Mistral when you didn't even care." And Adam's like, "Give me back my throne," and they're like, "No." And you see a bunch of dead bodies. There's like more than maybe like 8 dead bodies, maybe like 9. And they're like, you're just mad because, you got your ass kicked by the Belladonna girl." And so Adam kills all of them, and we see Adam, and he's like, "The Belladonna girl." And I think he said something else, but I forgot. But then he freaking has a bitch fit, screams, and he slices his throne, and then he screams, and then that's the end of that scene. Um, and then we see Ruby. Yeah, we see Team Ruby all back together again, and they're inside the train, and there's like a little room, and it's got bunk beds, which I thought was a nice touch. The return of the bunk beds from Volume 1 and 2 and 3, which was nice to see those bunk beds again. It's not the same because it's on the train, but still.
Station 2 is taking damage. Station 1 is under attack.
Let me kick this guy's ass. Oh god, I forgot. I did not push circle when I should have. But anyway, we see them on the train and they're all sitting, they're reading. All of them are reading except for Blake. She's kind of just like looking off to the side. Oh, my cat just jumped off of me. But she's kind of looking out the window. She's thinking, deep in thought. And then Ruby's like, hey, we should have team exercises. You guys want to play a video game? And then Yang's like, yeah, I'll go get my scroll. And then fucking Blake hears her and she just rushes to get Yang's bag when Yang tries to grab it. And she's like, here, I'll get that for you.
Station 1 is under attack.
And Yang is like, Blake, you don't have to do that. And they talk a little bit. And she's like, I'm fine. We're fine. Everything is going to be back to normal one day, but I'm glad we're all here together. And they all just kind of smile at her, and Blake smiles a little, and she's like, okay. And then Crow comes in, and then the train gets attacked by these new Grimm, which, oh my god, I forgot what they were called. I think it's the Manticore, but I've also seen people call it the Sphinx, which is weird, but I think they might be calling the bigger one the Sphinx, even though it doesn't really look like a Sphinx to me.
Station 1 is under attack.
But they're getting attacked by like a bunch of them, and the two bodyguards, they're out there. One of them gets fucking thrown off the train and dies, which, holy shit, I was actually surprised they killed him off, even though he was just a random side character. But he fucking dead now. Unless, he somehow did not die after falling off of a very high train. Excuse me. And after they fight a little bit, they all go back in the train because they're arguing. And they're like, there's gonna be more Grimm. Oh, I forgot, I skipped a small part. The other guy, after the bodyguard dies, he activates turrets. And Crow's like, no, what the fuck are you doing? Turn those goddamn turrets off because you're just bringing them back. So they're about to go back in the train when the bodyguard guy who activated the turrets fucking gets his hands slammed by a train tunnel, and you could actually hear them like cracking. You could hear the cracking of his fucking bone. I thought his bone was just like sliced off, but it's not. It just has a big ass bruise on it.
Critically damaged. Defend it at all costs.
But Jean comes in to help, and Crow starts yelling at the bodyguard. He's like, turn the turrets off. And they're all arguing. And they're like the turrets are attracting the Grimm. And then Ozpin switches souls with Oscar. So now it's Ozpin talking, and he's like, no, actually, I haven't told you guys this yet, but the relic is what's causing the Grimm to be attracted to us. And then Yang is just like, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell us this? And Blake and Weiss are also like, what the fuck? But Ruby's just kind of silent, and then she goes up to the guy. She's like, hey. She goes up to the bodyguard. She's like, hey, turn those turrets off, please. There are people here, and they're gonna fucking die if you don't. So he turns them off, and then Juniper, I don't know why we still call it Juniper, but I guess I'll call it Juniper. Or Ranger, because technically Ruby is still their leader. But Ranger and Ruby, the teams, come up with a plan for Jean to amplify Ren's semblance so that they can get all the passengers on one side of the train to, you know, basically, he's gonna amplify Ren's semblance once they get all the passengers on one side of the train so that he can mask their emotions and they can separate the train so that they can both go different ways. So Ruby's gonna be in the back, gonna go back, and Ranger's gonna keep heading to Atlas. I almost forgot the name of it. And they're like, okay, we'll do it, but only if you promise you'll meet us there. And Ruby's like, I promise. So they go back to the top of the train and they fight more Grimm. And after they do that, Blake separates the train, but she thinks she sees Adam, and she's like, oh shit, and she pulls her gun out, but then she looks and sees that Adam's not there. And she gets like a little freaked out. She's like, oh. Which, this is the first time we've seen any of the villains interact with the RWBY characters. This volume, in this episode. And I thought it was pretty scary. I don't know if it was a hallucination or she actually did see him, because he's wearing a hood, and we have not seen Adam wear a hood, and Blake has not seen him wear a hood. So it can't really be a hallucination. I think he's there because, and the reason I think this is because earlier in the episode, Crow's like, you left one of the doors open. You wouldn't want somebody to come in, right? And I think that's how Adam might have gotten on the train.
Station 4 needs your help.
Wow, I don't have a lot of kills. I'm mostly just doing damage. And talking. Okay. Okay, yeah. She saw Adam. I'm looking at my notes. She sees Adam, and then the fight continues, and then the train separates. But then Ruby's side of the train gets hit by a fireball, and the train crashes. So they're fucked. And then everyone's okay, except now they have this old lady who's with them now. And that's when the episode ends. Overall, I think it was a fucking amazing episode. I'm so glad Blake and Yang are back together and they can finally talk about their problems. They're going to have the talk. Some people think they skipped it, but there's no fucking way they skipped it. What else? The opening. Oh wait, no, what else did I like about the episode? The fight scenes are really good. Like, they're really good. We have this one attack with Crow and RWBY both using their semblances. They both use their semblances. We have RWBY and... Yeah, no. Sorry, I'm distracted. But we have Crow and RWBY using their scythes, there we go, in this spinny attack. They spin and they chop like the big manticore / sphinx, I guess, in half. And that thing is donezoed. There's a team attack between Ren and Nora. There's a team attack between Blake and Yang, which is not Bumblebee, it's not that attack, it's a different one. Still involving Blake throwing her weapon to Yang, but she doesn't, toss her around like the Bumblebee move. But, yeah. there's not really a whole lot to say about the episode that hasn't been said. So we'll talk about the opening, which is the song. I like the song. It's not my favorite of the theme songs. I think Volume 4 had, in my opinion, had the best. But woohoo!
Done it! All security nodes are still intact.
Volume 4 had the best song. I think Volume 5 had the best, animated opening, but Volume 4 had the best song. This one was really nice. It's way better than Volume 1 and 2, because I didn't really like those. Volume 3, yeah, it was pretty good. No, I don't need that. Let's go with, Blake again. But yeah, we see, Team RWBY, the usual. And then we see the RWBY title. And then we go and there's the, I'm trying to remember the opening exactly. But there's a lot of it takes place on the train, which is weird because the train's already fucking crashed in the first episode. We see, oh shit. We see the floating man. No, we see the hooded woman, which as soon as the opening came out, people were immediately like, that's Neo, until people actually did digging and found out it's Cinder because she's got the grim hand, which I think it's wrapped up, even though some are saying that it's a bone, but it looks like it's wrapped up to me. What else am I gonna say about Cinder? Yeah, that's definitely Cinder. She's also using the same sword that she used in Volume 5. I'm so fucking sad because I don't think Raven is gonna be in this volume.
All security nodes went untouched that round. Quite
I really hope she is. What else do we see? Hold on. Excuse me, sorry about that. We also see, I was focusing on the game for a minute. We also see this scene where the old lady, it's zooming into her goggle eyes, and then it zooms into Ruby's eyes, which I think that is like a symbol for, yeah, this old lady is a silver-eyed warrior. And I really hope she is. If she's not, then I'm going to be pretty bummed out, because that was my theory. Like, as soon as we saw the trailer and she was in the trailer, I'm like, this lady is probably a silver-eyed warrior. She's gotta be, right? I think she is. We see Crow drinking, but then he gets dragged to the ground by, like, these grim arms that look like the Nekalavi arms. And then we see Ruby in, like, catacombs fighting it. We also see these 3 dudes behind Ozpin, and I'm pretty sure that that is his, those are his past lives that we're seeing over there. And then we see Salem, we see all the other villains. Like we see Adam, we see Watts, Hazel, Emerald, Mercury, then Salem. Which, you know, standard stuff. I don't really know if Watts or Hazel are gonna have a big part because Hazel already had his big part. That sounds wrong. He already had his, you know, his moment. He got his ass kicked. What the fuck? He already had his, thought that Blake was invisible. Oh no, there's only two of us. We also see, I'm trying to concentrate on this game and I'm losing my train of thought. Oh god, don't hit me. I need to regain my aura. We see this statue and then there's this fucking blonde lady who I haven't even, it's funny, I haven't seen any theories about who that is. Except for, this is in the past, that's fucking Cinder. Not Cinder, that's fucking Salem. And I'm like, it could be, and I'm open to that theory, but I don't know if that's the case. It might be, and I'm just being completely wrong about it.
A turret has been destroyed near Station 3.
I'm on it. Oh wait, this is Station 2, shit. She's standing next to us in front of a statue that looks like one of the guys from the previous scene with Ozpin and his other, like, his past selves. And I'm pretty sure it's the wizard looking one instead of the king looking one. But it's a little bit hard to tell because it happens so fast. And even if you pause it, it's still kind of iffy. But after that scene, we see, I think this is directly after that, we see, Ruby and Weiss on the train, and, oh, they're playing, they're having fun. They're having fun and everything, life is good. They're chasing each other on a train. And I thought that was cute because Ruby has super speed and she's not even using it to, you know, try to get Weiss. She's like, haha, this is fun. And then next to them, there's Blake and Yang sitting on next to each other on a train bench, train seat, and Yang's just like, she looks upset, but not specifically at Blake. She looks upset at Weiss and Ruby, and I think she might be a little jealous that, you know, they weren't very close. But now they are, which is funny because Blake and Yang aren't as close as they used to be anymore. And then she looks at the window, and Blake looks at her, and there's Adam's face on the glass. I'm probably getting this shit out of order because I can't remember. The only thing I can remember from the opening is the sword woman. The hooded woman fighting, and if you pause in the right moments, you can see what looks like a Neo's umbrella, like she's fighting Neo, which I think is very interesting, and I am excited to see if they fight if Neo comes back, which she might, and I think that would be cool. Oh fuck, bitch. Oh, Station 1 is under attack. What's up, boy? Wow. We're all Blakes. We see them fighting on the train. They switch to each other. after the cinder part, we see
Section
everyone
3 is
fighting on a
being
train.
overrun.
And then Ruby's on the ground and she gets picked up by Weiss. And there's, the whole gang. And then boom, that's the end of the opening. Shit, I'm getting my ass handed to me. Fuck off. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything to say about it all. I sound less excited than I actually am. But I think it's more because I am trying to focus on the game. Because I don't have pre-recorded
Station
footage.
3 is being overrun.
Because that's not normally what I do. But anyway.
A turret has been destroyed near
It was
Station
pretty
1.
good. I liked the whole thing. I liked the opening. I liked the episode. I think I mostly liked it because of the. I'm just so excited to see Blake and Yang back, together fighting like the amazing partners that they are. Even though you can tell they're acting like everything is fine when they both know everything is not fine. Especially Yang. Like, Yang is really like, we're fine. I'm fine. I'm glad you're back. Whereas Blake is just like, oh, let me get that for you. I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, she's sad. But I guess she doesn't. Neither one of them really want to start talking about it. Neither one of them want to start talking about, what happened. Yang losing her arm and Blake leaving. And they need to talk about Adam.
Station 1 is under attack. We've lost a turret near Station 1.
And focus on the game.
Critically damaged. Defend it at all costs. A security node has fallen. Afraid this region is now.
Ah, whoops. What's a good thing that ended because I pretty much said all I have to say. On Tumblr, I mostly just talk about the Bumblebee stuff. Like, oh my god. Well, do I have anything else to say? No. I saw the clip for the second episode, but I don't think I'm gonna mention it just cause, you know. Other than my predictions for the second episode, which is now with the new grandma companion. I now believe that this is going to be a traveling season, like Volume 4, where I don't think they're going to get to Atlas until the very end. Which this might not turn out to be true. I doubt it. That's just kind of a theory. I think, I think the Salem and Emerald scene, the floating man scene, the hooded figure scene, the hooded figure, like the woman, and then the walking with Snow and Old Lady and screaming Oscar scene is all in the next episode. I think it will be revealed that Maria, which is the name of the old lady, is a silver-eyed warrior, and that's why they decide to take her with them. And I think the cold and everyone complaining will make tensions rise, and something will happen that makes Oscar scream, and Team Ruby is on Ozpin's ass because something is happening to Oscar. And then, less likely, I think that they're gonna end up making a small camp, and Blake and Yang are finally going to end the episode right about as they're going to have the talk. But I said that this is less likely. I just thought of it. as I was writing this post. But anyway, we'll see if I'm correct about any of these predictions, and we'll talk about it hopefully the next time I stream this game and talk about RWBY. Oh, I do want to mention the clip from the clip for the second episode that was shown in RWBY Rewind, I think that's what it's called, started this new meme with Blake and Yang. Like every time something like oh shit happens to Yang, Blake is just like fuck, I'll kick everyone's ass. I love that meme. But yeah, thanks for watching this. I'll get back to y'all another time with RWBY, and I'll see you later.